Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Angelina Jolie is becoming a fashion designer, or has become a fashion designer, and I have an article here by the Mercury News entitled Brad Pitt Who? Single Mom Angelina Jolie Ditches UN Work to Launch Luxury Fashion Brand. Now listen, very shady article, because like they're saying like, okay, she ditches all of the humanitarian work that she's been doing for the past 20 years with the UN as a UN ambassador for human rights, or somewhere in that category. And she divorced from Brad Pitt. It's been a long, few years of legal battles with Brad Pitt and her, between them two, for the custody of the kids, the separation of the marriage. I don't know what sort of prenup, if they had a prenup arrangement, was going on, but now it seems that the legal dispute between Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt is coming towards a close. She doesn't want to talk about him in the interview whatsoever, but she is pushing forth her own brand of fashion. And in order to do so, well, not in order to do so, but at the same time, simultaneously, she is stopping, I'm not going to say ditching like the article writes so shadily, she stopped working with the United Nations. Now, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. But also subscribe to my channel here on the tubes. If you haven't already, you can push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today and gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, all spelled together there as well, for extra perks. Thank you to our members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. So let's talk Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. In this article, the most revelatory information that she gives, and I wonder why she would do that and then just backpedal and not give any other information. Let me show you Angelina Jolie, by the way. This is an AI generated image of Angelina Jolie. I've prompted Bubbles the bot, my AI generator. I said, can you please generate an image of Angelina Jolie working in a fashion atelier as if she were Coco Chanel? And so this is the image that AI generated. So this is not a real photo of Angelina Jolie. And I'm also surprised that the AI got the fingers right. Usually they don't get the fingers right. So just letting you know, Angelina Jolie, in case you're watching or somebody from your team is watching, clear statement, disclaimer, this is not a photo of Angelina Jolie. But AI did a great job. I have the feeling, giving us this woman working in a sartorial environment, creating the clothes for us. Sure. But now the interesting part of the article is when she says, I don't feel like I've been myself for a decade. But then when prompted to give further information about that, she stops. And I'm like, why would you say something like this in an interview, knowing that saying something like this is probably going to trigger the person you're interviewing to want to know more? Because what do you mean you haven't been feeling like yourself for the past 10 years? Girl, care to explain? And she's like, no, I don't want to talk about this. Yeah, this is exactly how you can manipulate the media into talking about it. And here we are talking about it. Very interesting how Miss Jolie is playing. So, seems like and I quote, bitter custody battle with Brad Pitt is mostly behind her, as the 6 children that they have together are reaching adulthood. And she stopped working for that prestigious position she had as a high-profile Goodwill Ambassador and Special Envoy for the UN Refugee Agency. And in a new phase of her life, she moved to New York City and has begun a new career as the head of a luxury fashion brand bearing her name as per Vogue reporting about this. So Angelina Jolie's brand is called Angelina or Angelina Jolie or just Jolie. In a new cover story for the magazine, Jolie doesn't mention Brad Pitt by name. She has rarely spoken about him since 2016 when the divorce filings began. And she accused him of being violent to some of the kids. And here the article says, still, Angelina Jolie references Pitt when she admits to Vogue, and we quote, "I feel a bit down these days. I don't feel like I've been myself for a decade, in a way which I don't want to get into." She immediately stops it off there. So are they trying to make it sound like she misses Brad Pitt? What are they trying to do? Tyler says, I think just Jolie is chic and she has an interesting family history to pull from inspiration-wise. But is she gonna pull inspiration-wise from the family history? Ceylon says she wants to be Coco Chanel. Oh, bless her heart. We had a lot of healing to do, Jolie says. We're still finding our footing, suggesting that launching the fashion brand has been part of the process. I think part of this has also been therapeutic for me, to work in a creative space with people you trust and to rediscover yourself, Jolie said. I'm hoping to change many aspects of my life, and this is the forward-facing one of those aspects. She also says that allegedly her kids are heavily involved in all of her or most of her creative projects, notably the launch of Atelier Jolie Fashions. So the brand is Atelier Jolie Fashions. Chanel, in the beginning, was also called Chanel Fashions, actually. So it's kind of interesting. Maybe this picture is this AI generated image is maybe a premonition of the true desire and dream. Could you imagine Jolie in her atelier fitting her customers personally with her own hands? You know, like, I don't know. Let's say, I don't know, you guys, like, for example, let me just random person. Let's say Jennifer Aniston, totally randomly chosen name. Jennifer Aniston is one of her clients, and Jennifer Aniston comes to her Atelier Jolie Fashions, and Angelina is like fitting Jennifer Aniston the shoulders just like Coco would. She's, Jennifer Aniston is standing on a pedestal, and Angelina is moving around her, fitting her, doing everything by hand. So, Miss Aniston, how does it look? Are you enjoying the fit? Asks Angelina. And Miss Aniston answers, yes, well, maybe you have to work more on the pit of the jacket. Ring, 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 ring. Oh, boy. Hello? Brad? Oh, my God, your voice on the phone? Hi, Brad. You're watching? Uh-huh. Yeah, no, I'm just doing a little... What do you mean? What a shady biatch I am. What language, Brad? I thought you were a gentleman. A man that's gentle. Gentleman. Oh, I should not throw shade at Jennifer Aniston. Oh, I should not throw shade at Jennifer. But you're not telling me to not throw shade at Angelina. Brad, listen, if you think I'm shady, your statement right now is way shadier than mine could have ever been. We'll go. Yeah. But I'm glad you're watching. Well, what? What are you telling me? Well, would you buy from your ex-wife outfits? Do you want her to tailor you? You want her to do what? Oh my God. No, I can't say that on camera. We're live on... Oh, Brad, a little bit of decorum and decency. No, I'm not going to say that on camera. You still think you're in that Tarantino movie, don't you? Yeah. How did I guess? I clocked you? Because I hear you. Like, you're giving me those vibes, like in the trailer park with your dog and you're going to feed him out of a can. No, listen, this is what I would do if I were you. If I were you, I would try to make peace with Angelina. Apologize if there's something to apologize for. Be honest about it. Listen, swallow your pride, Miss Thing. You're all rich. You got your money. You got your fame. The ego, it's not cute. It's not cute. All of you stars, let go of that ego. Let go of the ego. Make peace, And if you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. I don't know what you're doing, but yes, I'm going to say that Jennifer Aniston wants Angelina to make sure that the pit of the jacket is done properly. Because the comedic timing. You don't know anything about comedic timing, that's for sure. Because you stand-up comedian, you is not, Brad. No, you're not. Yes, I know you won an Oscar. Yes, I know you were in Thelma and Louise. Yes, I know you have a ripped body. Oh, I didn't know that, but thanks for letting me know. How big did you say? Uh-huh. Well, I mean, I think you can claim anything you want over the phone. I mean, we need proof. Oh, you can deliver the proof? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, then I'm just going to slide into your DMs, okay? And then I can send you the address. All right. All right, Brad. Okay. Oh my God, you're such a tease. Okay. All right, sweetie. Bye. Ta 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 ta. I can't believe Brad just flirted with me on like live YouTube. This phone call never happened. It was an improvised phone call. It's a fake phone. Just letting you know, just for full transparency. It was a comedic skit, okay? Thank you. Patricia Casey says, Dear Brad, Dacob is an investigative reporter. He needs full access. Yes. Access all areas. AAA. AAA, baby. And I can add a fourth A. IYKYK. Four A's, baby. Yankee Barb says, an old joke Joan Rivers said is that the reason she has so many kids is for them to be making her clothes in Angelina's basement. She used to say that in the past. I think I remember that as, oh my God, it's coming true now. Allegedly, everything allegedly. But she says they're healing, right? From this whole separation and the kids. And so making clothes is like apparently healing them. I don't know. She also spoke about the significance of being a mother and about being the person who provided her children a safe place and stability as they grew up. So again, she's quoted to have said, I was 26 when I became a mother. My entire life changed. Having children saved me and taught me to be in this world differently. I think recently I would have gone under in a much darker way had I not wanted to live for them. Now, I understand her sentiment here. However, quite frankly, I don't like when people state something like this about their kids, saying like publicly, so that their kids can also read this, saying publicly, I decided to live for you. Talk about putting pressure on those poor kids. Because when a parent tells the kids, I live for you, I live and function of you, it's a bit obsessive much. And I, as a kid, would not want my parents to tell me that. It would make me feel very uncomfortable. It would make me feel like I have to overperform. I have to overachieve. I have to live up to them living just for me. It's a bit much to say something like this, personally, for me, as a kid. I wouldn't want my parents to say that. Um, it's a bit it's overkill, in my humble opinion, Angelina. But hey, we'll go. So Jolie insists to Vogue that she isn't just interested in selling high-end clothes, but is creating a unique space, and then quoted to have said, a kind of cultural center meets design workshop. She envisions that the space could feature a gallery for local artisans and a cafe run in partnership with refugee organizations, while it also sells Jolie's collection, including her signature slip dresses, starting at $300. So you're going to sell your slip dresses for $300 while refugees are working the coffee shop and selling their creative stuff in the store as well. A little tone deaf, unless you're not telling me that the entire proceeds of the slip dresses are going to go towards bettering the lives of these people and not for your own personal gain. Interesting how she, somewhere in the article I also read, she basically took up the space where Andy Warhol had his factory in New York. So she's basically in the building with her Jolie Atelier Jolie Fashions, is in the building where the Andy Warhol factory used to be, allegedly. And she has left her work with the United Nations in December after more than 20 years of humanitarian work. She said she started feeling discouraged about the state of the world and what could be accomplished. The more she worked, she felt like it wasn't helping because the state of the world just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So she feels like there's no reason for her to still be with the United Nations because nobody's really fighting to make the world a better place. She then says, I've spent over 20 years of my life working on foreign policy and aid, relief, and displacement and laws pertaining to refugees, and I kept watching the same situation get worse and the same cycles continue. And then the shady article then says, apparently Jolie believes that selling clothing could be a more meaningful way to make change, at least for her. That is so shady. How can you write this in an article? I mean, I'm loving it though, but... And then Jolie said, now I want to shift the focus and look at how we can work in partnership with people around the world to bring not just skills training, but actual business partnership. I don't really believe the current system is working, Jolie said. Kev is like, yeah, I wonder who's manufacturing her clothes. Do you remember when Beyonce brought out a fashion line and Beyonce... people were throwing major shade at her because she was producing her clothing line in third world countries. So that was a scandal that lasted half a minute because the Beehive didn't care about the fact that the Queen did an oopsie. Oh, Gloria, that's a good point. Gloria's asking, is this a midlife crisis? I don't know, Gloria. To be perfectly honest with you, like all of the news I've been hearing about Angelina Jolie, like even since before the movie Maleficent, it's like everything she's involved in makes her sound like she is in a midlife crisis. So what I'm trying to say here is it feels like she's been in a midlife crisis for like the last 20 years. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like she either can never get a break and she's always like, she can never get a break. Or if the entire highway is driving in the wrong direction, maybe it's you who's actually in the wrong direction because you're the only one driving. You know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, Yankee Barb says, I wonder who will buy her out in a few years. LVMH, Lauder, Kering. Interesting shade. Wacky Cookie says she struggles with depression. Depression is to not be taken easily. It is to be taken very seriously. At the same time, however, how to put this, if you have earned so much money in your career already, enough money to warrant educating your 6 kids, giving them the best college, and living your life also to the fullest till the end of your days. If you have that money, okay, and you're depressed, you stop working. You know what I mean? You don't go into the spotlight anymore. You heal. You don't do stuff that trigger you. You don't do public appearances. You don't act in any more movies. You don't. You don't. You do stuff that is beneficial to your soul, to your mental state of mind. And the entertainment industry is not a healthy environment. Just period. It's just a fact. Just the fact that she moved to New York, good. Is it good enough? I don't know. Because New York also has a tendency of being a hysterical place where if you are a rich person with depressions, maybe not the best place to be. Maybe you should move out in the countryside. So, you know what I mean? There's poor people fighting with depression. There's rich people fighting with depression. And then there's mega stars fighting with depression. We all can be prone to these type of problems, you see, but it's how you decide to handle them that's vital. Wacky Cookie says she tries to do meaningful things. I think she may bring the refugees in as partners. That would help them. Yes, this is what the article kind of implies. However, it would be interesting to see the business plan. What is the actual structure? How is she planning on structuring this fashion business? Because at a certain point, how the fashion industry is, and take it from someone who's been in the fashion world for so many years and in the fashion industry, there's not a lot of room for fashion / sustainability / charity. There just isn't, because it costs a ton of money to produce clothes, to produce accessories. It really costs a lot of money to produce the prototypes, to set up a shop, to build it up, to do the ad campaigns, to do the social media, to do adverts in general. Like, it's expensive. You can't just say this is all no profit. Every penny that comes in is going for charity, because you won't be able to sustain the business. You won't be able to keep producing. So you need to make money to keep a business like this running. Now, you can either say this is a charity business and it's all about donations. But even then, let's face it, if your business is all about the charity, you're not going to have the mental space, time, and capacity to really work on groundbreaking designs and fashion. The actual designs are going to be an afterthought. So what is she doing here? Is she trying to revolutionize fashion, or is this a rich woman's hobby? She can afford it to help refugees. She thinks it's beneficial for herself and her kids to make clothes together. Great, if you can afford it, go for it. But me as a consumer, you see, I'm in this weird position where I don't know if I should trust her. So, I don't need to give her money to be charitable. I can do my own charity. I can do my own donations. So, and I can make it more transparent. I can be way more transparent about how I wish to help or sustain or do whatever. So why am I buying Angelina Jolie's clothes? Because I love the design, because I love the comfort, because I love the price point as opposed to, price point / quality for the price point. Like, what are the reasons that a consumer would go to Jolie Fashions to buy Jolie clothes? Right now, I'm not seeing a reason other than she's promising me to help refugees if I buy from her. It's a bit too much all at once. Yeah, Pao says she's doing too much, that's what. And then in the interview, she also says that the kids are involved in most of the creative endeavors, I would presume including this clothing endeavor, and it's like healing for them. Yeah, okay, girl. Then you know what's healing? Sit with your 6 kids in your living room and start sewing a plaid blanket, patchwork blanket, a family blanket. Start doing that on the weekends as a family project to heal, to talk while you're sewing it together, to talk to the 7 of you, the 6 kids plus her. That's healing. But no, you're starting a business. Contracts are involved. Schedules are involved. Time slots, hiring people. And then in all of this, you're putting in the kids. I don't know. I ain't feeling it. It doesn't feel... You know what I mean? DeBubbles says, wrong time for this during the recession. Also a good point, DeBubbles. Carrie says, what does she think she can do with her clothing line that she couldn't do with the literal United Nations? What I understood, my take from the article is that she thinks that now she can be more hands-on in impacting and helping the lives of those people that work for her. For this association, for this business, whatever you want to call it, Jolie Fashions, Atelier Jolie Fashions. So it seems like when you're in part of that, like Andy Warhol factory, like when you're part of that Jolie factory, they're going to have, I don't know, maybe they're going to have like in the cafe, they're going to have an exhibition. They're going to have art pieces hanging from refugee artists, humanitarian stuff. It's going to be, I don't know. I feel it. I feel like this is very DIY hobby, rich person creating something, which listen, I'm not saying this is not noble. This is beautiful. It's great that she wishes to help, but I'm having a difficult time understanding how much she's helping herself here and how much she's helping others. And most importantly, when it comes to any sort of charity, how much she's helping others unconditionally, without a but, without any no. If it's charity, it better be unconditional. But as we know in America, every donation is tax deductible. So nobody's charitable in America because they do it out of the goodness of their heart. The rich people don't. If you're poor, let me tell you, listen. What are we talking about here? Mark my words. The only true charitable people in this world are the poorest people. It's always the ones who have nothing. Whatever scraps they have, they will share with you. Not because it's tax deductible, because they got a soul. They got a heart. Okay? And it's the rich people. They're going to think about how much they're donating to charity to deduct from their taxes and to impact their own image in society, so that they can say, pat me on the back. I just donated $10 million to this good cause. I'm such a good person. So let me deduct that from my taxes now as well, while I'm getting free promotion in the media because you're all talking about me having donated $10 million. Charity, literally, it's who has nothing and will give you everything they have. That's the only true, honest charity I've ever experienced in my life. Ever. Just saying. Nancy says, poor working mothers give more than most of other groups. Yeah, to the community. What a backward world we live in. Yeah, Yankee, I completely agree with you. Mrs. Free to be me says, that's because they don't understand the value of the dollar. The value of the dollar has been indoctrinated into us since birth, so that all of us little lemmings are ready to sell our last kidney, mother, grandmother, everything for the almighty dollar. Maybe that's where we should start first. Reevaluate the power we've given a piece of paper and maybe focus on what things are actually really important in life. And it's a short life. Don't be fooled. It's a very short life we're living. You want to spend it obsessing over the value of the dollar? Or do you want to spend that short time you have loving people around you, enjoying sunrises, sunsets with your family and loved ones, spending good quality time with each other? Or do you want to sit and do the calculation all day and all night? Money coming in, money coming out, saving here, taxes there, let me deduct this, charity here, tick, 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 tick. Choice is all yours. Choice is all yours, but the choice you make will impact that short time you have on this planet, and it's a short time. It's a short time. Make it count. Let me know your thoughts down below. And good luck to you, Angelina. I hope you really reach people and that the charity is really from the heart. And I wish you all the best, and your family as well, and your new business. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thumb up this video if you've enjoyed it. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Bye.